All right, welcome back to the channel. The next victim is going to be this 1996 log splitter. The issue I'm having is last year when I was using it, the engine was seizing up. Seemed like it was seizing up on me. It would get real tight, it would stop, and I was able to get it running again only for a couple minutes, but then it really just seemed tight, like the engine was seizing. So I don't know exactly what's going on in it with it. So I figured today we'll just jump into it, see if we can get her running, and if not, maybe figure out what happened to the engine. And somehow I do have to get it running one way or another because I still got a lot of logs out there to split. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Now the engine will turn over, however, it is tight. Actually, it doesn't feel that tight right now. It was tighter than that. It didn't seem so tight now, so maybe I'm going to try to fire this up. I thought for sure it was seizing. So let me see if I got gas. We'll check the oil real quick. I have no gas. Wondering if the carb's leaking down in there. Bought this aftermarket gas can tank for it, and you really do get what you pay for. The threads ain't even that well on. It's hard to put it on, get it on there straight. So I want to check the oil in it real quick. Then we'll give it a pull, see if we can get her to fire up and put a little gas in it. It should be level. I'm going to throw a block or two under it. Level that engine out. Make it a little bit more level. And she's got oil. She didn't leak out. So we'll throw a little gas in it. We'll give her a tug or two, see if it fires up. Because a week or two ago I went to start her. She was really stiff and hard to pull. So I don't know why. If it's the engine or, maybe it's even the pump. I don't know. The hydraulic pump. I think usually when they go bad, they just quit running. I don't think they really seize up. I guess they could, but I don't know if it holds the motor back. Let's throw a little bit in. That should be enough, I think, maybe. And this gas cap again. Yeah, you'd think I'd at least be able to make threads right on a gas cap, huh? And I believe the shut-off valve is under here. Get it turned on and see if we can get her to fire up. Place your bets. Well, let me turn it on first. Give her a choke. She ain't doing nothing. All right, so we said we check for spark. I don't know, the compression could be shot in it too, but it feels like it has some. That don't look too good. Let me hit this on a wire wheel real quick. The best way to clean these spark plugs actually is to burn them with a torch, burn off the carbon. But I got a little premix here. I think I'm just going to give her a little drink right down in there. And if it fires up, we know we got spark. If it don't do nothing, we'll take it back out and see if we got spark. All right, let's give it a try. Choke is off, on, we can't read it. I'm gonna put my glasses on, choke. I'm gonna shut it down so I don't stink myself out. Honestly, I'm surprised. That thing I thought for sure was seasoned up. This is gonna be one of my shortest videos yet, huh? But that's good, it runs. I guess I don't have to worry about that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and remove the cover in here, because sometimes, you know, like this machine's been living outside for a lot of years with a bucket over it. And Fluffy, he likes to make homes in there. And if these fins here, if they are plugged up with a mouse nest, it'll stop it from cooling, and that will cause it to overheat and show the symptoms that I had last year with it and earlier this year. It's just nothing more than the air breather in here. Okay, so we do have a fuel pump there. Stick these on here real quick so I don't lose them. Yeah, that's good, that's loose. That's just the pulse pump is all that is. And oh, big dummy. Yep, there goes that one. She's a little crusty, but she's coming out. And I am going to have to pop this gas tank off. I do believe. I'll take that off. I got enough room on my fuel line, hopefully, to, yep, we do, that's good. Slide that out of the way. Without dripping all over. Now, probably got one more bolt somewhere I'm missing, I'm sure. Right down there. 2 of them. And those, I am going to have to use a wrench. Alrighty. Now, I did hit this with an air gun a little bit off camera. And just a couple little things blew out. I don't really know if there's a nest in there or not. But what do you say? We pull it off. Let's see what we have. The Fluffy's been living in there. And it doesn't look bad. No, I won't say no. Some leaves and trash blew in there. That's your kill wire. But no, I won't say Fluffy hasn't been living in there. That's a good thing. So, here's my ear. Let's cover your eyes. All right, good. So I am going to throw this all back together, and we'll go see if we can fire it up and split some logs. All right, so I'm gonna, before we take it out, got it all back together, I'm just gonna throw a little bit of grease on here, just for sliding. Yeah, I know the wood will get in it and all that. Is what it is. Just put a little grease. You know, just keep the wear down a little bit. I mean, it'll probably clean up pretty fast with wood on it. And it does sit out in the weather a lot. And I'm not trying to smear it all in there, but just give it a little bit of a hoop, you know, and then as it works back and forth, the ram, and then the wood on it, it'll clean up pretty good, and hopefully just leave a little film there. That's the intent anyway. If it works or not, we'll see. So another thing I would like to address is the filtration system on the hydraulic fluid here. That filter looks to be quite old. I don't even see any markings on it, so I'm gonna have to take that off, match it up, get a new one in there, and the oil level in the tank should be lower than that import, because that's just the that's actually the return line that filters it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the fill just to see what the oil looks like, the fill cap there, and verify that it is below that port, and then we'll pull that filter off and go get a new one. And I have no idea how long this has been. There we go. Did get a little bit of air out of there. Seemed like a little air pressure. Now let's see if we can take a look down in there. Doubt you can see anything, but it's yeah, it actually don't look bad, and it's pretty full. I want to say probably around here, down around here, and that should be, yeah, that should be lower than the return on that there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a pan under it and pull that filter off. All right, so my regular oil filter wrench, I don't think that's gonna fit it, but I do have this old one. But being this is old, I am quite concerned I'm gonna end up snapping this thing. And I hope that's not the case. Make sure I'm going the right way. Oh yeah, it's just gonna crush it.
Yep, there we go, good. And it is going to leak a little bit, hopefully not too much. So I'm just going to let it sit there and drain out till it stops. You know what it is? It's that hose. The return hose is full. So let's see if we can make that slow it down. So I have a feeling, because the cylinder's way above it, that's full of fluid, the return hose down to it, and that's all got to drain out. So I might be stuck having to leave that on there and just try to match it up best I can and then do a quick swap out. I don't know, it might be, looks like it might be slowing down. Yeah, I think we might be all right. I hope. Yeah, no, we're not. Put her back on. Alrighty. So the way that's going to happen is I'm just going to have to match the filter up best I can, because I'm not going to find numbers off of it. And I'm just going to have to swap it out real fast, like I just took it off there and put it back on. So what I'm going to have to do, because I got the whole cylinder, everything up top. But there's enough room. I guess maybe it's draining back down in the tank. Yeah. I guess all the whatever's in there must be leaking out. So what he said, we hook her up to the mule and we'll tow her on out and see if we can get her to split some wood. Now, this Craftsman lawnmower I did a video on also, and the only reason I really wanted it and kept it is because it does have a manual transmission. It's not hydrostatic. In the past I had overheated the rear end pulling a dethatcher with it. So I found this, it was free, got it running, made a video on it, put a hitch thing on it, and I use it to tow trailers, my boat around the yard, stuff like that. So I just kind of caught my mule. So let's get her fired up and we'll take her on out, see if we can split some wood. And there's still a few issues with this yet, but not worried about it. All right, guys, I'm sorry for the wind noise. It's a bit windy out here and it's a bit cold. Let's see if we can get this thing fired up and splitting some logs with it. See if she'll work. I'm just going to go ahead, finish up the rest of this wood. I appreciate you hanging out with me in the garage today, wrenching on some old stuff, 30-year-old equipment, getting it running again. Really thought it was going to be a lot harder. You know, something wrong with the motor, maybe an engine swap, but you know, sometimes you're pleasantly surprised. It's an easy fix. So again, appreciate you hanging out. Like this video, please hit the subscribe and the like button, and I'll see you on the next one.